Day 5 and 6 of Warhammer Fest were better than the other days. Um, yeah, just starting like this. They were better than the other days, but it shouldn't have been 6 days. This could have been like 3 days, is what they should have done. But anyways, day 5, Warhammer 40,000. And this time it's the Orcs. And I think I like them. I really like the weird boy. I mean, if we're gonna look at this guy, he looks good. I feel like I don't like my orcs like that pale, or at least this type of like paleness. Um, it looks better on grots. I think that is a problem I have with this particular paint scheme. Not, I mean, you can paint them however you want, so it doesn't really matter that much. But when showing off the models, I think the paint scheme really like puts me off a lot. But he looks cool. And this guy, the Runterd, who believes in treating grots or snotlings like okay, or at least better than other Runterds. And he looks cool. Looks like he has hair implants, judging by that. I mean, I don't think that is his actual hair. But I like him. I really like the claw. And also how like he's like skinny. He's like he's a pretty skinny orc. So that's cool. Like different body types for the orcs. And a cute little snotling on a squig. On wheels. But that's also weird, like they're not showing off like these normal boys, like with the picture, you know? It's kind of, that's weird. But no, wait, I don't think these are normal boys, right? These are like a knob squad? Or is this... I'm not sure. Um, it's really hard to like to see like how big are they and but they did say, Ole, also if you look at the Mega Knob, he looks really cool. Yeah, I don't really have any negatives to say. I mean, I love the concept of a grot just being the one shooting on top of a mega orc or mega war boss, I guess. I love that concept because it would justify them giving the mega war boss a better, not weapon skill, ballistic skill than than normal. I think that's really good. And it also looks very funny in a good way. Like, well, funny is good, but I love this model. So, good job. Way better than, oh god, I almost said Gorguts. I mean, it is better than Dawn of War 3 Gorguts. But I was specifically talking about, oh no, I forgot. Yorick's main rival, which is very weird that they did not make a new Yorick model. I have the two old one, well, I have the current one, and I have like the old metal one as well. I think both of them are great. And let's see, upgraded Cadian shock troops. When I first saw this, I was like, oh man, this is really cool. But then it was like, oh wait, no, these are not new sculpt. It's just new. It's an upgrade sprue right here. So you get a few heads. Well, not few. You get a lot of heads. Let's see, 10. You get 25 heads. and a bunch of weapons. Let's see. It says a full complement of special weapons. To field soldiers carrying sniper rifles, multi-guns and more. So we'll see how this turns out. If I would be okay with this if, like, for example, they release the upgrade sprue separately, but also put it in the box with the Cadians without raising the prices, which is never gonna happen. So if they don't raise the prices for the Cadian sprue, I'll be like, alright, I'm fine with this. Just getting like an upgrade sprue for that. But if they raise prices, then this is shit. Because, I mean, the concept, like, alright, female guardsmen. Oh, but it's just the same bodies as before. Like, it's just a head swap. It doesn't fit. I mean, you can tell when you see like a model, like, oh, that has a male body type. It doesn't have like the female body type. It's like using Stormcast Eternals and then just putting a female head on. No, it doesn't work. That's why the female Stormcast models like are good. Like, yeah, so. And I mean, I would not want female guardsmen to have boob armor. Like, I would not want that. But I would want them to have a slimmer, you know, like, build. Or like a build that fit like a female body. I mean, females are not as blocky as men. But that was day 5. It was okay. There were 2 things I really loved, which was the Run Turd and the Orc Mega Boss, but this is not enough to split into 2 days. This should have been the same day as the Sisters of Battle. And then teasing that the Orc things that they've shown is just half of the Orc reinforcements. So that's good. More Orc stuff. But day 6, yeah, a new edition of Age of Sigmar. I did not think this would happen. I actually thought they would delay this until 2022. And they would like... That's what I thought. They would delay delay it to 2022 because of, you know, COVID and everything going on. But no, I mean, maybe it still will come out 2022, but I was expecting, you know, them to start teasing it early 2022, and maybe it would come out mid to late. I will say I like the model. This is a map of Gyr, the realm of beasts. Let's see. Yeah, here we go, the model. I like the model. Except for the haircut. Oh god, okay, you can't zoom in on the picture. Well, that's good. Good job, Games Workshop. Alright, let's... Oh, fuck off. There we go. There's too many female hairstyles that are just, you know, the shave on the head and the long hair over, like... Come on, Games Workshop. Do other female hairstyles, I mean. And I do think that the Stormcast Eternals, their hairstyles are a bit too, like, punkish. I would have liked more, you know, like, traditional female hairstyles. Or maybe even, like, female hairstyles that might have been more popular, like, in the Middle Ages or whatever. Or the early, you know, 1800s, 1900s, you know, that time period. I thought would have been way more interesting to have those type of hairstyles instead of like the postmodern, you know, like punk. I don't think the heads fit the rest of the aesthetic. But other than that, it looks good. Indrasta, was that her name? Yeah, Indrasta. I will say I don't like her left-handed weapon right here. The like, oh god, is that supposed to be a sword? I guess I don't like how that looks. I like the spear, and I like the oh fuck, what are these things called on a spear? Like, so that it will be harder to just grab on that end of the spear. Yeah, this sword I don't like. Hopefully she gets like an other option on the left arm. Oh, I did not notice that. What is this? Is that a squirrel? Oh, fuck off. Yeah, it looks like a demonic squirrel or something. And here we go. The new Stormcast Eternals. The reforged Stormcast Eternals, like the Primaris Stormcast. And they look good. I mean, I really like how this guy look. I like the shield. I really like the new proportions. I will say I fucking love that the helmet, they decided, okay, we need to show the back side of the helmet. Because the Stormcast, for some reason, they have like this clip or something in the back of their head. Which is, when you're painting it, it's so annoying that to a point where I'm like, fuck it, I'm annoying it. I'm just painting it metal. Anyways, but it's stupid. I don't like it. So they've removed that and have just done 3 rivets. Like, good enough. Yeah, but I really like him. He's just standing at ease. I like the proportions. I like the little scale skirts. Yeah, he's cool. And here we have the models, or well, obviously we have the models, but here we have the other people. So I wonder, are these going to be the starter set? What they're showing off? Maybe she's not going to be, or maybe she will be like the big unit for the Stormcast in the starter set. That would be something like new, to have like a model like this in a starter set. And not a mounted hero for the Stormcast. But let's see. Do you know what I mean when I talk about like these two are from the same unit, but you could easily tell that one is male, one is female, and it's not just a head swap. Because if you were to put this helmet on this, it wouldn't. I mean, even the helmet, it does look more feminine, without being, like on the super tacky side, and they look good as well. I will say I've liked the Stormcast Eternal female models, anyways, but this is an upgrade. Because if you look at the shoulder pad, because the female Stormcast Eternal, they also have a smaller shoulder pad, or at least the current ones, they have a smaller shoulder pad. And I think they do, yes. I mean, she's cool as well. And I really like that they're showing like different color schemes right here. I don't know why they're showing off the hammers of Sigmar this much. I think this would have been a great opportunity to switch color scheme, like as the main one to show off. Oh god, I think these are the anvils of Heldenhammer, I think is what these are called. And I'm a bit like, maybe I'll make something like this for my Imperial Guard. This is the color scheme I'm gonna go for. The black armor with gold trimming, some white details. And instead of the red, I'm gonna go for a dark purple cloth and all that. But yeah, this color scheme is one that I've been looking at for my Imperial Guard, because when looking at that, like, yeah, that does seem decently easy to do, and it looks good. Yeah, this guy looks good as well. And oh god, I know this color scheme because there are some good books about these specific storm hosts, but oh fuck, I can't think of it at the moment. Okay, this is something. I like him, except for these right here. I think these go up a bit more, but he really looks like a like a fucking wall. Holy shit. And I like that he's not in a super like dynamic pose. It's just at rest, which makes me think even more that these are for the starter set. You know, the new starter set coming out. Because of, you know, like yeah, this seems to be, to me, seems to be like these are monopose. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it. What they're showing off is the starter set. Even Indrasta is from the starter set. And then I've seen this thing right here. I didn't catch much from it. Some new enemy. Probably the new enemy in the starter set as well, against the Stormcast. It's going to be something that has these red eyes. And probably it's going to be a destruction army, because hopefully destruction is going to be like the main enemy in I was about to say season 3. In the 3rd edition. Chaos was in 1st edition. Death was 2nd, and now destruction in 3rd. And it also is a good way to start giving, you know, Stormcast some new models, because Stormcast haven't really had new models since, well, I guess the release of Soul Wars around like 3 years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. Stormcast haven't really had new models outside of like special edition models, special edition HQs, or just, you know, HQs, hero models. Like, they haven't had anything, so I've seen them get something. And I think this is a good release schedule that they do for the Stormcast, in which Stormcast get a decent amount during the beginning of an edition, and then they do a fuck ton of other armies. Instead of 40k, where it's like it doesn't matter if it's like just in the beginning of a new edition or anything, they just get like 90% of the releases anyways. But yeah, that was Warhammer Fest. Yeah, I mean, the Stormcast look good for 3rd edition. But the rules and all that don't really mean much to me, since I don't play anyways. I just paint. And listen to lore. I listen to the books. I don't really read that much anymore. But yeah, that's it. I mean, pretty lackluster Warhammer Fest, I'd say. Well, it lackluster in the sense that it was too spaced out. If this would have been, you know, in the Age of Sigmar one, they would have done like the Kragnos and all that. And then at the end, they would have been like, oh yeah, also 3rd edition. Boom. That's one day, Age of Sigmar, good. And then if they would have done the boxed games and the Black Library one together, good. And then the 40k ones together, good. So I could see this being 3 days, but they stretched it out to 6. So